It was okay.
Could have been better.
It was alright. It was a bit underwhelming.
A little bit. I think the story's lacking a tiny bit here.
Not as good as the first episode.
Yeah.
Not as good as the first one. And I think the first one was very well paced. It had everything going for it. It was like, wow, what are they going to build on from here? And it was just a bit,
Meh.
Hey, NarendraTheComic here.
India.
No, non-censor. We got non-censor here for Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 2. Now, I'm hyped right now because I essentially just want to see what happens in episode 3. Because this episode was up, down, in the middle, and then down again.
It was kind of dry almost. They weren't giving us much, even though they were giving us content and storyline. The pacing was very off.
Yeah, really, really badly paced episode. It was 45 minutes, 43 minutes. Felt like an hour and a half. Sometimes that's good, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes it's the intent of the creator and sometimes it's not. This time I think it's not. It was just badly paced. I think that the peak came at like 25 to 30 minutes in and then the last 15 minutes felt like an hour.
Yeah, it felt like a shambles, honestly.
Yeah.
They were like, we need to fill this time with something. Therapy session. But the therapy session gave a lot,
It wasn't
actually.
a bad part of the show.
It wasn't. But it just felt like they just shoved it in. We need some quick character development. Bam, therapy session.
Bam.
You know?
Let's just pretend like they've grown from this.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit, but I don't really feel like much was gained from that other than a couple of very funny scenes. Because whenever the two of them are on screen, Falcon and Bucky, it is hilarious.
Yeah.
They really work off each other very well. And with the introduction of the new Captain America, John Walker, Captain America 2.0, even though he's not as good as 1.0, from what we see.
Yeah.
He might be. I doubt it. But he might be.
He's not a super soldier, so he kind of docks points there immediately.
Yeah, it's a tough thing. It's my main problem with Falcon becoming Captain America is the fact that he isn't a super soldier. So there are certain things he can't really do. Man can get killed pretty easy because he's just a human without any like super suit or super strength or super durability. Makes it difficult.
And also, John Walker got his ass kicked.
Yeah.
I mean, Sam and Bucky were also kind of getting their ass kicked, but I think they had it under control.
No, they were getting done as well.
They were outnumbered, you know?
Yeah.
But I feel like John Walker, he did show himself as a character, even though he was sort of getting his ass kicked. We saw how loyal he was to his friend. He threw away the shield to try and make sure that his friend didn't fall badly and get injured, which is a good thing. Like, clearly he cares about the people in his team and he's very respectable like that, which is very Captain America.
I'm not sure where they're going with the story overall. I felt like I knew partially with the way episode 1 ended, but now it's just like, what are they really going to do? Because there's this character, the Power Broker. We don't know who that is. Maybe that's Zemo. That might be Zemo.
But Zemo's in jail.
Yeah.
So how is it Zemo? He's like in like a special facility where he's going to have zero access to the outside world.
Yeah.
So it can't be Zemo.
No. They did mention Sharon Carter, though, in this episode. So she's obviously coming back. The question on my mind now is, if Zemo isn't the Power Broker, is Sharon Carter or Maria Hill the Power Broker? Are one of them actually the Power Broker?
Could be.
It could be.
It could be. Actually, it would link.
Because obviously she was involved in Civil War. Maybe she would be aware of the super soldier type of scenario that they were dealing with in that film. So maybe she is aware of the super soldier serum and where it is and tracking it, and maybe it got stolen from her.
There was that text message, right? She got a text message that read, you stole what was mine, I'm going to kill you for it now, basically. She seemed very unnerved by that. And we were thinking, is it Zemo? Is it not? It clearly can't be him.
No, but was that the Power Broker that was messaging her saying, I'm going to kill you because they might have the tech?
Yes, but if it's Maria Hill or Sharon Carter, they're not going to be like, I'm going to kill you for it. They're going to be like, I'm going to arrest you for that.
But maybe they're just bigging up
who they are?
They're making their shadow look bigger than they are. Maybe. Or maybe it's a government operation at the same time. Maybe Sharon Carter is working for the government undercover. Like, this is like deep undercover stuff. But if that's the biggest thing I have from this episode, that I'm not talking about Falcon or Winter Soldier or even the new Captain America to some extent. I'm talking about where is Sharon Carter because they mentioned her and Maria Hill maybe being the Power Broker. That's not a good thing.
It's really not a good thing considering that they've had 0 screen time and only one of them was mentioned.
There was also this weird juxtaposed moment socially. There was a police moment which was there and it was a bit out of place, but then Bucky ended up getting arrested, not Sam, which was fine because obviously Bucky had done something wrong by missing his parole essentially. But the odd moment wasn't that. It was that Falcon had this second where he corrected a kid calling him Black Falcon. And he was like, I'm not Black Falcon, I'm just Falcon. And the kid's like, yeah, but my dad says that you're Black Falcon. And Falcon's a funny guy and he's like, so what does that make you, black kid? Because the kid was black. And he basically destroyed that entire point that anyone can say, because it's like, no, this characteristic of him is just a characteristic, and he is Falcon. Just because he's black doesn't mean he's Black Falcon. Those things don't really add up. But when it came to the Captain America point, because now there's apparently a black Captain America, or a black super soldier, sorry, from the 50s, who was in the Korean War, I believe, from what they said. Sam referred to him immediately as a black super soldier. And it was like, what type of messaging is this that is so confused? Yeah. That it's like, you refer to one being like, no, I'm just Falcon. But this other side has the same character, but it's a black super soldier.
Yeah, I feel like the writers wanted to make a point there, but then they pushed in the other direction, and it almost didn't fit. I feel like we shouldn't have had the scene with the kid entirely. We should have gone straight to Isaiah.
Even though I think the scene with the kid was a better scene culturally and socially, I think that was a way better scene, because it was short, it was dynamic, and it was done, and it bled it in there without you having to be like, oh, what's happening? What have they said? It was, no, this is just life. The second one felt like a ram down, and it felt, oh, we're going to retroactively fit this in, even though it's there and it's a real thing in the comics.
I feel like also the fact that Bucky never told anybody. He was like, I didn't want to tell Steve, basically. But, like, it never came up. And I understand that Bucky was, like, being an assassin in the ice, so he never really had the chance to talk about it. But up until this point, did he never think about Isaiah? Did he never think about that other super soldier he met? There were very few of them at the time, right?
Well, we don't know, though. There may have been a lot more by the government programs. There may have been a lot more. But we just know that there was Steve, and Steve was, like, the icon of it. Yeah. And now there's this guy, Isaiah, who was also a super soldier. How many more were there? How many more were there? Just because Winter Soldier came into contact with him, does that mean he didn't come into contact with any of the others? Does that mean just because he didn't come into contact with them that they don't exist? Right?
Yeah, it's true.
There could be loads.
Maybe that's where these new super soldiers are coming from. These other potentially super soldiers of the past, where scientists have been retroactively figuring out how it's done and reproducing it.
Plus, these guys are obviously not trained. They're clearly not trained, but just purely from outnumbering Falcon and Winter Soldier and even the Captain America, the new Captain America, they have the power, they have the strength to be able to do it and overpower them. So I buy this as of now. I think when Falcon, Winter Soldier, and if this new Captain America do kind of come to some type of understanding as the show goes on, these guys are not really going to be a threat to them. I can't see it. I really can't see them being a proper threat.
No, also there are 7 of them now. There were 8, now there are 7. They're going to eventually, as we move through the story, get thinned out. And the pack's going to thin out. And so they're going to get done.
They're going to get done. They're going to get done. Plus, the question is Zemo going to be the villain? Is he going to come through and be bad? Is he going to come through and be good? And is Captain America, new Captain America, John Walker, going to end up being a bad guy? Or is he going to end up being a good guy? Because from this, he seems like he might be a good guy, and he doesn't necessarily have bad morals, but he's not Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
And there was that scene with Falcon and Bucky, and it was, maybe he's wrong about you, maybe he's wrong about me, and that was a bit heavy. But Bucky and Falcon, we want more of that, less of this other stuff, more of the new Captain America. Let's see where episode 3 goes. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there. If you didn't, then Captain America himself gonna come after you. You don't want that. Do they want that?
No.
You really don't. So just subscribe anyway to avoid that. I've been NarendraTheComic.
I've been India.
She's been on Sensei. You've been Graham. We'll see you next time. That's tomorrow. If you don't know, make a video every single day. Been doing it every day for over 1,000 days now. We ain't stopping till we get to 10,000 subscribers. So do subscribe. Pop back in tomorrow for some more quality shitty content, because we're hashtag never not here. See you then. More of the same, slightly different, but essentially the very same. Once more. See you then. Skadoosh.